Hello, Fix-It Tony here. Welcome to another video. This one is also about brakes, and in particular, what I'm going to be doing today is removing, inspecting, and servicing my brake calipers on my rear brakes on both sides of my 1994 Mercedes C280. This is, these are not the Bendix brake style. They don't have a retaining pin. That's pretty simple to do the rear brakes, but I think I'm going to need to clean them and lubricate the slides and the pins, just so that, getting ready for winter, want to make sure everything is a-okay. One of the things you have to be mindful of when you're doing these rear brakes is there's this spring right here. Okay, this spring will pop straight out if you just knock this pin out. So what I got to do is see this pin right here, this one and this one. You have to use a small punch, and you're going to be punching the pin outward, and as the pin sort of clears the first caliper, the spring is going to force out and everything will just go bonkers and haywire. So what you want to do is you want to firmly hold this spring in place with one hand while trying to pound this out. So it's going to be tricky, but we'll try to give it a whirl. So as you can see, my punch has gone in. So and I want to try to push this. I just punched it right out. And I'm leaving the pin in just for now because I shot my pin underneath my jack. You can see what this pin looks like. There's this spring thing here. You can tell it's dirty and grimy. It's probably not working very well. So we're gonna make sure that's cleaned. Tension is now loose. Then you can almost pull it off. But now the tension is off. That's the most important thing. And then now hit the other one out. Once the spring clears, it pops out pretty straightforward. All right. And then this just comes out. What you want to do is because there's a lip on my rotor, I can't just slide these out. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to slowly push. I got this pry bar, and I'm going like this, and I'm just slowly rotating, bringing the caliper. See, it's loose now, right? The piston's on this side. Something that I had to tell you, which I didn't tell you in the beginning, was I removed about 25 to 30 cc's of brake fluid, such that the level was just at the M word max, but below the tip of the arrow. I wanted to make sure there was room for the fluid as I was expanding the caliper. The piston was going back in. I wanted to make sure that the fluid came back up into the reservoir, which it did. So check your reservoir. If you're a little bit on the full side, extract some fluid. Then the next step is you should be able to grab these calipers and pull them out. The fact that they're not coming out easy tells me that these were definitely time for a service. You can tell the back the anti-squeak pad needs to be cleaned, and otherwise they're in good shape. So yeah, you can see I have a washer. There. Just in a little bit more. There's a little gasket here, right? You don't want to, there's a little rubber thing seal here. You don't want to put any sharp objects and tear that seal. Spray the heck out of that. And then you're going to clean the bottom slide. Get any gook out of there. I've got one of these pistol cleaning thingamajiggers. And then if you get a pick tool, one like this, get a pick tool like this, what you want to do is go into the corners, and you just want to pick up any residue. See, there's some gunk in the corner. All right, so I'm back, realizing how dirty it is. I got a soapy water degreaser, and my finger does fit in there, so I can get in there on top of the slide. Spray bottle. Oh. The cleaner you get it, the better the grease will bind, and the smoother your brake pads will work on the rear side. I would definitely do this before winter. I'm just going to let that air dry while I clean my brake pads. To clean the brake pads, using Scotch-Brite, cleaning all the gunk off the edge. Clean the back, cleaning all the junk off, and it sort of reveals this anti-squeak backing. And there's a little shelf in there. You can barely see it, but right where this Q-tip gonna goes, stay away from the rotor, but I'm gonna put a little bit of grease on this bottom one and the top one, and that's gonna allow the pads to slide back and forth. I'm gonna try to do it so you can see what I'm doing. It's easier to just do it without the camera in the way. See what I'm doing. There. See right there. And then in the back, same thing. Greasing the brake pads goes something like this. Oh, dang gummit. Okay. So, you gotta put some on the back of the pad. And then this edge is we have to place shoe pad back inside the opening. It should go in unless, there. There we go. And I'm gonna just grease. Here's the next one. Next up is greasing these pins. And you gotta get the spring, and I'm gonna grease it right here. You're gonna place this retaining spring. You're gonna slide, go through the hole. And the brake pad's gotta go in more. You can sort of see that they have to come in more. There we go. There we go. And this spring helps to keep there. And now we gotta just get a hammer and tap up. Lost it. There. That's in. Got my punch. Use my left hand, maybe. I think that's it. I think that's it. And I just gotta wipe the rotor down with some brake clean, and that caliper is finished. So really it's just doing the same thing on the other side, and then making sure the rotors are clean. Then what I'm gonna do is pump the brakes a little bit. I'll start the car to get the power steering, the power brakes sort of working. And then I'll pump the brakes a little bit and see how much travel I have. And what I'll do, it'll also reset the piston calipers in, because right now it's sort of loose, right? Because I had to spread them open, so I need to sort of get them seated again. Now, because I do have fresh brake fluid in here too, I'm gonna drive carefully, brake carefully, gradually let the fluid in the system acclimate to each other. But also these rear brakes should be functioning a lot better seating. So I think that's all I really had to say about this particular project. I guess my last departing comment would be, if I haven't said it already or emphasized it enough, you should do it at least once a year. Maybe twice a year, depending on the conditions in which you drive. I do appreciate you spending time with me today on this particular project. Please have a great day. Please like and subscribe.